Okay, hey everybody. I wanted to show today some ways that I add a little bit of a challenge to these selectorized stacks. So if you've seen a couple of the videos before, you know this is the Rep Aries, part of the PR 5000. So I use a lot of my products on these stacks, but there's three ways in particular that I like to use this beyond just the standard capabilities. The first one here is the stacked weight pin. So if you've seen this one before, you kind of know what it's about. But if you're checking it out for the first time, so I don't know if you can tell, but this thing weighs a good amount. It's 5 pounds, and the benefit of it, you see these stacks, they go in 10-pound increments. But what the stacked weight pin allows you to do is you can put this in any of the holes, and then it snaps in, and you can't pull it out. It takes a little bit of effort to pull it out. But when you put it in, what this does now is it adds 5 pounds to the stack. So if you want to more or less micro load, you can do that. You can go halfway incrementals, and you can go from, this is at 160, so now you're at 165 pounds on this stack. So one of the great benefits of adding additional challenges is now you don't have to jump 10 pounds and then you're really struggling. You can micro load your way up. I've also got the short stack. So this is half the size of the stacked weight pin. It goes in the same way. This is 2.5 pounds. So you can add that instead. So if you don't want the full 5, you can add the short stack and put that in, and it works the exact same way. Same amount of magnet strength, 21-pound pull. That one works just as well. But the benefit of this too is if you get a functional trainer that is a 2-to-1 ratio. So if you've got a 150-pound stack, that 2-to-1 ratio makes it 75 pounds. There's a lot of people that it doesn't take long to max that out. You can add weight to this. So if you wanted to add heavier weight, for example, you could put a quarter on there. You could put a 45 on there. You can add up to 135 pounds. That's 3 45s on there comfortably. And then you can lift the stack and it will hold. It'll do everything that you need it to do. So the same works for the short stack as well. So that's the first option. The second way that I like to use the stacked weight pin or just add a challenge to these stacks is I like to use chains. So you need two things, well, three things really. You need a stacked weight pin or a short stack, either or. And then I've got these stacked chain straps. So these chain straps, these are made in America. This is made in America too. And it's got a 2-inch ring on it. You just slide it right on. And then you take your chains and you hook your chains on there, and then you get the same benefit of accommodating resistance. So this is one of my favorite things to do. I really like to use chains with this. It really adds a dynamic to the lift. If you use the short stack, like with the Aries, I tend to put the chains on the inside simply because you've got the cables down below in the Aries. Now, every machine is going to be a little bit different, so you've got to find the best way that works for you. But within this system, this is one of my favorite things to do. Now, if you're looking for a little bit more of a challenge, depending on your range of motion, you're going to want to put that all the way up to the top. That's going to give you the maximum amount of range. So that's an important thing to consider if you want less, but you still want the accommodating resistance piece. Put it down lower, slide it on, and you're all set. So that's number 2. Number 3, take this off. And this is one I think is really underrated. The micro stacks. So these are 1.25 pounds, and same same type of magnets. You can put these on your power blocks, other type of dumbbells to truly micro load. Within the stacks though, one of the things that I like to do a lot is, you've got your shoulder exercises, whether it's lat raises, whether it's front raises, biceps, triceps. If you're just looking for just a little bit more, even maybe the 5 pounds is too much to jump, the micro stacks are a great way to just micro load. The way that I put these on, there's a couple different ways. You could put them on the front face, but when you've got real low weight, you can get a tendency to get a little bit of front drag. So the best thing to do is, instead of putting it on the plate, you can put them right here, and then you get even distribution, which is fine. One of the things that I probably like to do the most, and I recommend to people, is I place them on the metal pulley protector. So what's nice about it is they just snap right on, just like that, and you're going to get even weight distribution each and every time. That's probably one of the coolest things that I like about it. They stay on, they're not going anywhere, and they're completely out of the way of everything else. So if you don't want to do that, it's just as easy. You put them right here. You're going to get the same amount of distribution, or you could put them right here, however you want to do it. I mean, you could even go front and back, and you're going to get the same amount. So it really comes down to preference, but one of my preferences is doing this. Now, the other benefit too, if you get 2 sets of them, you can go up to 5 pounds. I like to do this a lot too. So I'll load this up, and then I get even weight distribution. Even if you go with 3 of them, you're adding one at a time, you're still going to get even weight distribution because that's all going straight down. So that's number 3. But those are some quick and easy ways that if you've got some of these accessories, these are some things that you can do that can add a little bit of excitement, variety to your training. So hopefully this helped you guys out. I appreciate it. Thank you.